Hello everyone, this is Devang. Welcome to this landmark special episode number 50 with the Outlaw Joseph Scott. I've entitled this More Town, More Fun. We've got something special for you today. I know it was requested to have something special. And I'm happy to say that I was able to get you something special. I managed to contact Flying Frog, and we spoke, and they were kind enough to give me an invitation to help celebrate this. So I and my wife were able to visit with Flying Frog and get a preview of the expanded town for you guys. They also filmed a sort of a overview video, which I will supply the link for that video that they did, which actually includes myself and my wife Corey. And so I definitely think you should check that out and take a look at the overview of the expanded town video when they've got it up, and sort of see all the, or at least a large portion of the goodies. We didn't have time to see everything that comes with the expanded town, but it was a goodly chunk, and there's a lot of stuff to be done for towns. It certainly makes the town experience different. There are more choices for the players to make, as you will see in my video. So again, big shout out and thanks to Flying Frog for giving all of us this opportunity to get a little sneak preview of the expanded town, the hard work that they have put into this. So let's get right to taking a look at what we can look forward to seeing with the expanded town. All right, so here we are. Obviously, at the end of, I need to finish up for the last episode with rolling for corruption. I don't have a box for me, but I have a nice big table here, which of course one would go off the screen. But there we go. We have no corruption hits. Said rolling 2. He's only got the 2 items that have darkstone icons. And so now we need to go to town. Now, obviously, you can notice there's a few different things here on the table in front of me. There's a new travel and towns chart for traveling, and there are 3 town boards here, town layouts, 3 sizes. So I get to choose when I'm going back to town now if I want to go to a small town, a medium town, or a large town, and the size I go to is going to determine the number of travel hazards that I'm going to have. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the large town. That's also going to give me the most choices of locations to go to. Although obviously Joseph probably won't stay too long, being a wanted man. But so let's go with the large town layout. So we'll kind of move those out of the way here, and let me zoom in. There we go. So Joseph needs to travel. So traveling to a large town, he's going to automatically have a travel hazard. And then a large town also has a chance for an additional travel hazard. And this is going to be per hero. So we will go ahead and roll on the chart. There's a nice convenient box there. All right, let's see what we get for travel hazard. A 3. Possession. As you settle in for the night around the fire, there's an odd chill in the air. The contorted face and twisted form, one of the posse, I guess that would be Joseph, is possessed by a vile demon, lashing out and speaking in tongues before regaining control. You will all die before the might of the Ancient Ones. And I am not going to pronounce that word that's there. Yeah. Alright. Your souls will burn in the fires of cinder. Belial will have his revenge. Okay, so the hero that rolled this result immediately loses D3 sanity permanently and must roll once on the madness chart. Wow. So yes, Joseph always has an interesting time here. So he's going to lose 3 sanity permanently because we know Joseph doesn't have enough sanity with his 20. So now he's down to 17. Ooh, that's going to hurt. And now I need to figure out what I'm doing on the madness. So for the madness, this is not going well. An 8, that's not too bad. The chills, it is so cold in here. It feels like you are freezing on the inside. So when scavenging, ignore the first 6 you roll on the scavenge test. Okay, well it's not too horrible. Just means Joseph probably won't be scavenging ever again until he gets it cured. Although actually not succeeding in scavenging sometimes is a good thing. All right, so we have that done. Oh, and I need to see if I have an additional travel hazard. 1, 2, or 3, and I would, but this is a 6, so there is no additional travel hazard. And now we need to figure out if we're getting a specialty town type. So in this case, we're going to roll 2d6, consult the chart on the right there, and a 12. That is an outlaw town. Well, that is quite interesting, being an outlaw. So that is the specialty type. Nice. All right, let's kind of come back here. Get this arranged. We need that. So this is a large outlaw town. Who knew? All right, so we're in the outlaw town. You can see here. Very nice image. Special rules. Now, keep in mind what I've got here is not final. So things might change as they continue testing it and balancing it, but this is what we got right now. So we've got some special rules here. This is a wretched den of thieves, smugglers, and cutthroats. Outlaw towns are settlements that have fallen into lawless chaos. With no sheriff, the town is run by the toughest outlaw of the hour, which sounds like Joseph, except he doesn't want the responsibility. All right, so additional rules, wretched hive. Outlaw Town always includes a smuggler's den location. All right, so we're going to have to make sure we pull that token out. Lawless. An Outlaw Town never includes a sheriff's office. Also, all law heroes are considered to be wanted while in town, though they do not gain the keyword outlaw. All other heroes may ignore wanted. So, wanted being basically the ability or trait that Joseph has where at the end of every day he needs to roll to see if he's been recognized. So, law people will have to be doing that, and Joseph does not have to be doing that here. So hey, he can actually stay here as long as he wants, for the most part, barring events. And then scum and villainy. At the start of every day in town, each hero has to roll a d6. On the roll of 1 or 2, the hero gains unwanted attention. All right, so which is a new feature, unwanted attention. Basically, it helps to discourage you from staying too long in town. And then there's some extra options he can do in town. He can try to rescue a kidnapping victim. And he can purchase highly illegal ammo. With Diablo bullets. We're 2 dark zone, and all your gun hits do an extra 1 damage to the target, which bypass defense, armor, cover, and abilities. So it's +1 damage that ignores armor. Alright, interesting. So here we are, and now we need to figure out what buildings are in town. Now we know we specifically have a smuggler's den. So we take the smuggler's den. So we got these tokens. One's for the original 6 locations, and then 6 additional new locations for us to potentially visit. So we know we have the Smuggler's Den, and we will shuffle this up, and if we draw the Sheriff's Office, we have to ignore that and draw a new one. And in fact, that's the first one I draw, Sheriff's Office. But we have a general store. We have a saloon. We have the blacksmith. Excellent. And the blacksmith. We have the frontier outpost. Everything's pretty... Well, the new ones must be on the bottom here. We have the Indian trading post. We have a street market. And we have the docks office. So a couple new places. We don't have the church, don't have the gambling hall, and don't have the mutant quarter. But considering I went to a big town, obviously that has 8 slots for locations, and there's 12 locations. So I'm bound to get a large number of locations and a good chance of getting some new ones to start. So Joseph is here in town now. Another new thing here for towns is at the start of the day, before you choose whether you're going to the hotel or campsite for the day, there is a deck of daily event cards. So Joseph needs to draw from the daily events, see what sort of minor event happens during town today. And we found something. Town daily event. Buried in the sand. Come take a look. I ain't never seen nothing like it. So each hero can make a lore 4+ test to investigate. Gain 10 experience for every 4+ rolled. But if you roll a 1, you're going to take D6 horror hits. If you roll any 6s, you discover the miners have found something of value and are willing to sell it to you. Draw a world card to see where the object is from. Then draw an artifact card from that world, and you can purchase that. So it's kind of a mix. This is actually a pretty good card. Joseph has a lore of 3, and it is a May. You don't have to. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's see what he gets here. A 4, 3, and a 1. And a 4+ roll. He's got 2 grit. You know what? I'm going to spend 1 of my grit. Let's re-roll these 2. We'll see what we get. And hopefully I don't roll any 1s. Can't really afford. Oh, look at that. A 4 and a 6. So nice. So I pulled the Caverns of Cinder. So Joseph will get a artifact from the Caverns of Cinder. He also has 2 4s. Which gives him some extra experience as well. Artifact from the Caverns of Cinder is a fire axe. +1 combat. If the target's wounded by 1 or more of your combat hits, they also gain a burning marker. Joseph can't afford to carry anything more, and it's a melee weapon. So yeah, he does not need that item. So he does not want to buy that. But very cool, very interesting to have that kind of daily event, and we'll be getting those cards every day. So, with that in mind, Joseph will start at the hotel, and then I do want to go to some of these new places, but I do think the very first thing, well, actually, he doesn't necessarily have to go to the blacksmith. If I go to purchase at the Smugglers Den, I can pick up the Diablo bullets. I think the downside is that basically that 1 point, so it's a guaranteed 1 point of damage. But the rest of the roll, basically the roll for damage, is blocked by armor. So, and they are 350. You know what? I think let's do that. Let's go grab some Diablo bullets for his next adventure. We'll do something different. We'll live dangerously. So let's go ahead and go to the Smuggler's Den. At the Smuggler's Den, let's see what happens. A 4. What you looking at, boy? A large, nasty-looking thug turns his attention to you. Lose 1 grit as you stare down the thug. If you do not have a grit, you quickly make your way to the door and your visit to the den is over. Well, he does have 1, which could be dangerous now if I want to go try to rob the bank, but we'll see what else we can do here. So at the Smuggler's Den, there's a number of things we can do. So we can purchase items. We can see the back alley dock, which is actually kind of dangerous. You can see a D6-1, you die. 1 on a D6. You can get black market goods. Once per town stay. Roll 3 dice. For each roll, on a 1, 2, or 3, draw a gear card. On a 4, 5, or 6, draw a world card. And then draw an artifact from that world. These 3 items are always available for purchase. That's a bunch of stuff here. First come, first serve. That's pretty interesting. Being able to buy those. And their cost of D6 times 25 plus the value on the card. So obviously they're more expensive. And then he can also purchase some other illegal ammo besides the Inferno or the Diablo bullets, which is Diablo bullets are specific to the Outlaw Town. And but you can get some Inferno shots, some blood rounds, some hell bullets, which are nice, and then a holdout pistol. Buy a round of shots for people to recover grit, but I take wounds. Interesting. And down a dark road. Gain luck and the keyword outlaw, but not available to Outlaw Heroes. Ooh, and then there's a whole outlaw section, which is great for Joseph. Making cunning 5 pluses to rob the town's bank with a local group of outlaws. He doesn't have an explosive to discard. Can make a bunch of money. Can take hits. Similar to robbing the bank. But if failed, you're arrested and set to hang. And make an agility test to slip the noose and escape. And you flee the town. So that's sort of the last thing you can do. So I don't know that I want to, as much as I like robbing the banks, I don't know that that's something I want to do since this is the first location I'm going to. I could rustle cattle to make some money. That's probably pretty good. Oh, and look, I can buy a second outlaw pistol. All right. I was hoping for something similar to that. I don't have to rely on trying to draw it from the gear deck. And then buy some clothing. Shape charged, black gun belt. Obviously, Joseph can't actually carry anything more. So let's just go with the. Well, I'm just going to buy an outlaw pistol. I'll sell my gunfighter's pistol. I think it's well worth it to get that second outlaw pistol. So we'll do that while I'm there. So that's going to cost $300. And then I'm also going to purchase the Diablo bullets for $350. And then I will go ahead and try to rustle cattle. Now the cost for rustling cattle is taking a corruption hit. Joseph doesn't have any corruption right now, so he's going to go ahead and save against the corruption hit. And he succeeds with a 5. There's no corruption. So now he has to make an agility 5+ test to ride out, his agility being 5. Alright, so he is successful. He gets $50 for each 5+ rolled and $200 for each 6. So that was actually very good. So he's got $200 for this 6, another $100 for those 2 5s. And nothing for 1s or 3s, so great. So that's going to be another $300, which helped pay for the outlaw pistol that he just picked up. So that is, I think that's all he's going to do here on day 1. I'm not going to go through the black market goods. I don't think there's anything else he wants to do. He could buy the round of shots. I don't know that I want to take wounds right now. He could pick up a tequila token. He has room. Actually, I think he wants to pick up some tequila because that is, with his limited space and his lack of sanity at this point, I think he will need to pick up, yeah, I think just one tequila token. All right, I think that's it for day one. Very interesting having that Smuggler's Den. Certainly perfect for anyone with the Outlaw keyword there. And that is the end of day one. Now, Joseph doesn't have to, put that tracker on. Joseph does not have to roll for wanted. He does need to... Oh, and actually, I just reading over this Outlaw Town. Actually, it's at the start of every day in town. He has to roll a d6. So actually, at the start of the first day, he needed to roll to see if he got any unwanted attention. So a 4. He does not, because it's on a 1 or 2, he would get unwanted attention. So that is the end of day one. Need to see if there's a town event. There is not a town event. So we will start day two. So, unwanted attention, a 5. So he's still good. Whew. All right. Let us then we draw a daily event card, and we get Traveling Tonic Wagon. Rolling into town, a traveling tonic salesman opens up the sides of his cart to show his wares. Each hero may purchase up to 3 tonic tokens at a cost of $100 each. Afterwards, roll a die for each tonic token purchase. On a 1 or 2, that token is little more than snake oil and is worthless. That's pretty awesome. I like that little touch that they did there. But Joseph doesn't have a lot of side bag room. And I don't think he wants to purchase any tonics, but that's pretty nice and pretty clever. So, day two, where do we want to go day two? Well, we've been to the Smuggler's Den. You know, I don't know what some of these things do. So let's go to one of the new locations. Let's go to, say, the street market. Let's see what happens here at the street market. So here at the street market, what kind of event do we have? We have an 8, Hogs and Horse Thieves. Okay, so dark and foreboding, the back alleys of the street market stink of fish and filth, smells like home. So here I can purchase items. So I can purchase things like a Far Eastern potion, exotic herbs, rare spices, and refined oil, lantern oil, which are new side bag items. You know, Joseph does have a little bit of room. He has 1 tequila and 2 herbs. Might be worth trying to pick something else up. What else we got? Some street gambling. Street gambling sounds good. Oh, and a bathhouse. Heal wounds, insanity. So that's a way to heal in town. And you can also spend a grit and attempt to remove parasites. He doesn't have a parasite. Also doesn't have any grit since he had to spend it. Some new items, some new pistols. A red dragon injection. What does that do? That sounds interesting. Formula of opium and crushed darkstone and scourge bile. +1 initiative and a spirit armor 5+. Anytime hold back the darkness roll is failed, take a corruption hit. Wow, alright. Joseph has enough trouble as it is. Any items that don't cost any weight? We have an ornate case container. Interesting. Choose one item you have between adventures, or while that item is not equipped, it counts as having no darkstone icons. Well, Joseph doesn't have any of those. That's an interesting item. So that helps it's sort of a tomb chest for items that have darkstone icons on them, which is actually a pretty cool idea. So. You know, there's not really a lot that I think Joseph wants to do here. It is kind of neat to be able to see this. I think I will do the street gambling. Let's see what that does. I can do it 2 times per visit, so I can actually try this twice. Costs 25, no big deal. Roll 4 dice and try to get a straight or a set. You can pay $25 to re-roll any number of those dice. After that, you can re-roll 3 times more for a cost of 50. Exception of the rule for re-rolling. When you finish rolling, if you have a straight or set of numbers, gain the following. Interesting. So 4 of a kind or 4 in a row. That's going to be kind of difficult to do. Not a trivial feat, but you can push your luck and for re-rolls. You just have to keep in mind that at some point, because of the rewards, it's not going to be cost effective. But let us see what we get. I have 2 3s, a 1, and a 4. So, I am 1 die away from getting a straight. I just need a 2. So, hey, let's go ahead. A straight is going to give me 300. So I can certainly re-roll 1 die, this extra 3, for $25. I need a 2, and I get another 3. So now I can pay 50 to re-roll. I can do that, and then 3 times at 50. Is that right? Each. So he's at 50. I'll spend another 50, so this will be 100, and of course I win 300 if I succeed, so I need a 2, and I get a 1. I'll pay another 50, so Joseph spend 150, and that's a 6. We'll do 1 more. Nope, and that's a 5. So he failed, lost a whole bunch of money. Yes, wondering if those dice were rigged. I think they are. I think they are. This is an Outlaw Town. Can I just shoot them? Apparently not. Alright. But I think that's all that Joseph's going to do here. There's lots of new stuff to buy and do. Hats and horses. Obviously, Joseph cannot actually carry anything more. He is maxed out on everything. At least until he levels up and his outlaw pistols no longer have a weight. But that is very interesting. So that is all he's doing there at the street market. We'll come back. Let us see if there is a town event. And there is a town event, as usual. Early on. A 4. A fire. D3 town, random town locations burned to the ground and cannot be visited. So that's actually kind of interesting. Since we have this expanded sort of larger town, especially this is the large town, so losing D3, but if you were doing the small town, which only has 4 locations, D3 will be a huge deal. And it is 3 burned down, so now there are 8 locations here, so I can use the D8. Let's see what we get. So 8 is the doctor's office, which was the next one he was going to go to get the injection. So no anti-venom injection, so hopefully he doesn't face anything that has any venom. A 1, the smuggler's den. And 2, the general store, which I wasn't planning on going to. Anyway. Alright, but that resets. And then as the start of the next day. I think this will probably be his last day. Let's see if he gets any unwanted attention, and he does. So I guess that is a good time to say this is going to be his last day. So on this last day, well, we've been to the street market, we went to the smuggler's den, let's go to the Indian trading post. Even if there's nothing there that I want to do, we'll at least get to take a look at it, kind of see what there is. Oh, and we need a daily event. Try the daily event card.
for this day before we do anything else. Market prices are down. All prices in town are minus $10 to a minimum of $10. That's nice. So far, these daily events have actually all been pretty nice. Do a quick peek. So there are a couple ones that aren't as great. Location events are lower the die roll, prices being slightly higher. So there are a couple bad ones. The mob riot. So there are a couple ones that aren't as good. I've just been fortunate to get some of the slightly more positive ones. So here we are at the Indian Trading Post. Let us see what we get today. An 11. Animal Messenger. Enter the trading post. An owl flies down and lands on a signpost across the way. It looks at you with knowing eyes, and you feel confident in facing the terrors to come. So during the next adventure, he gains Spirit Armor 5+. And the first time he's KO'd, he doesn't need to roll for Injury Madness. So that's pretty awesome. He could certainly use some Spirit Armor. He has been blessed. Alright, so here at the Indian Trading Post, we can see the Tribal Medicine Man, get some Spirit Cleansing, so that's getting rid of madness, curses, or mutations. And you know what? I think somebody has a madness that they could get rid of. That's probably good. And a Vision Quest, which we can take a look at. He might actually try that. And then a whole bunch of things that he can purchase, including some things that require Darkstone, which are kind of neat. And there's a section specifically for tribal or scout keyworded heroes, which is pretty nice. Bows and arrows, few jackets and belts and things like that. Again, that's all weight, so Joseph won't be even looking at that. Besides, he likes his outlaw pistols. But here we go. Alright, well, let's start with the Spirit Cleansing. It costs D6 Darkstone, though. Fortunately, Joseph has a number of Darkstone in here. He has 5, and he didn't have to spend any to get the bullets. So let's see how much Darkstone it costs. And it costs 4. 4 of his 5. I think that's a good trade. So he needs to roll a die. Now this could be horrible. I haven't looked at this chart until just now, but let's just hope we roll a little bit higher. Oh, and he gets a 6. Well then. Alright, so a 6 on the chart. Obviously you can see a 1 is possessed, which is pretty bad. Not healed, and you gain D3 mutations, which would completely suck. But instead I got a 6 of Spirit Guide. So it's fully healed, and he's +1 sanity as he bonds. So, hey, it helps offset that -3 permanent that he had. But there we go. So we have +1 sanity there. And so that is good. Now we need to... Well, let's see what this Vision Quest is. It is free. Sitting in a smoke-filled tent, the Medicine Man leads you through a Vision Quest with your Spirit Guide. Actually... oh no, that was an Animal Messenger, not a Spirit Guide, particularly. So, if you don't know the Spirit Guide yet, roll on the chart below. You'll only ever have one Spirit Guide, and it's always the same once you've determined what it is. And you cannot use grit to reroll this. They choose you. Alright, so, pass a Spirit 5+ test. Oh, and we know how good Joseph is with Spirit with his 1 die. But it's 1 die at 5+. Let's give it a shot. It's for free, so there's no actually harm in giving it a shot. And he gets a 5. Alright, so made it. So he's going to gain 25 experience, and then I have to roll a d6, see what his spirit is. A 3, the Eagle. Lets him discard and redraw a threat or darkness card. That's pretty cool. So I'll keep that, and I don't think there's anything else he wants to buy. He's out of Darkstone. I can't really carry anything. There's some kind of cool things like throwing hatchets, which are more tokens. There's a lot more tokens with the town. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it for Joseph. I think that gives kind of some additional insight and look into what's happening. Joseph needs to see if there's a town event for the end of today. 2, so there is not, because we reset. And there you have it. There is Joseph's new stay in town for this episode. We are here in this large town. I want to thank Flying Frog for allowing me to spend this 50th episode in town with some of the new goodies that we'll all be getting shortly at some time hopefully in the near future. I know us Kickstarter are all anxious. Everything looks great. I highly recommend, if you haven't already, go to the Flying Frog website, where they're going to have they have a video where Jason goes over a bunch of the town expansion goodies that we're seeing here. And again, great thanks to them for allowing me to come here and do this episode and give us a look at all the neat stuff that they've got. So I will see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a bunch.
Hi again, everyone. This is Devang. Hey, I just wanted to tack on a little bit here on the end. I love this expanded frontier town. It's obvious that Flying Frog has put the people here have just put so much effort into this. They're packing so much stuff into it. It was a little sad. We just didn't have enough time to run through an expanded town mission using that beautiful town board. But I do hope that it will be coming out soonish with the wave 1.5, and that we'll all get a chance to use it. And I hope you all did enjoy what we did get. It didn't make it an extra long video with just doing the actual sort of expanded town itself, and not the mission in town. It certainly, and I know I skipped over a bunch of stuff because there was a lot of stuff that Joseph didn't need, a lot of items, he can't carry, and things like that. But I certainly saw, my 4-player group that were, campaign that we're playing, with some friends and my wife. I've got an Indian Scout, and so I saw some things that would be really cool for Indian Scouts. And there's a whole bunch of new tokens for your side bags. Boy, side bag space is going to be at a premium now. You've got the tequila, you've got the spices, you've got the hatchets, which are pretty cool. All sorts of these new tokens that do things. Give you various rerolls and sort of abilities to use. I think that's another great thing that's coming out, besides things like the random town buildings, and it's all modular too. So you can in many ways you can kind of sort of pick and choose what you want to use. If you don't want to use random town locations, and you want to either select them or somehow decide what buildings you want in a town without it being completely random, you can certainly do that. If you don't want to use the specialized towns, like Joseph ran it, rolled and got the Outlaw Town. Now there is a range on those 2d6 that's just going to be it's a normal town, just like it currently is. It's not a special town. And there were some things that that Joseph didn't get to during his gameplay. We didn't get to the town events for the specialized town. I didn't get to do that gambling you saw in the video, which was kind of cool, kind of neat, mini game. Where I can definitely see everybody standing over it, rolling the dice. As a fun thing. Of course, you certainly don't have to do that. And there were other locations that I didn't get to, Gambling Hall, and the Mutant Quarter and things like that. So, but it was just a great time, and you can tell just how much passion, and love for the game, and us Kickstarters, and all players, of Flying Frog games. Just how much these guys are putting in, to making the best they can, and pack as much cool stuff for us in. So again, I just want to thank them, for the opportunity to see what they're doing, and for their support, and letting me film this. It was filmed there, at Flying Frog. So thanks again. Kudos for their great work on Brimstone. It's by far my favorite game, and I've played a lot of games. So thanks again, and thank all of you, for watching. Happy 50th episode. Almost 1 year, that I've been doing this. I'm going to keep doing this. Joseph's got a little ways to go. He's almost level 8. In fact, I think he probably is just about ready to level up to level 8. And of course, he'll play around a little bit at level 8, and everything else that goes with that. And then we'll see. We'll see what comes if I keep with Joseph, or I start a new series with a different character, or a pair of characters, or something like that. So, but that is for the future. For right now, we are concentrating on Joseph Scott's. Episode 50 is over and done with. Thanks for your support, and I will talk to you next week.